Hi, I'm Melinda, owner of Bean Hoppers Coffee, and today we're going to be talking about cold brew. Everybody wants to make it, and everybody has a different idea on how it should be done. So, it's pretty simple. My favorite way to make it is with the coffee toddy maker. It's honestly the best. Before we get started, don't forget to like and share this video and leave a comment, and it would really mean a lot to me. I'd appreciate it. So let's look at the parts. It's got this beautiful, sleek, sexy, no, it's not. It's pretty funky looking, right? It's not the sexiest brewer. This cold brewer makes the best cold brew. I swear to you, you're going to love it, even if it's not sexy. So, it has the top where you put the coffee and water in, the carafe, a plug, a filter, and a lid. You can also get a lid to cover the coffee maker while it's brewing. You can also get these filter bags, so it makes the coffee come out much quicker. So let's talk about how to brew coffee with it. So the first thing we're going to do is take the brewer and the plug. I wet the plug because it forms a better seal, because I have had instances where a little bit of liquid would come out, and when I wet the plug, it never happens. You put the plug in the bottom of the brewer, and I have made the mistake before where I put it inside the brewer and then I put the coffee on top, and then it's backwards. You can't undo, you can't pull the plug out. So make sure you flip the brewer over, put the plug in the bottom, and flip it back over. Next, this thing is magic. It removes all the acidity, all of the bitterness, and it filters your coffee and makes it absolutely amazing. So you're gonna take this, you're gonna put it in the bottom. There's a little ridge there. I'm gonna put it in the bottom. Can you see that? So I'm gonna push it in there. And then I'm going to take my coffee that's coarsely ground. I have this pre-ground for cold brew when I do cold brew, because it's just easier than grinding 12 whole ounces of coffee in my home grinder. So it's better to have it already ground, in my opinion. I'm using the Jungle Java light roast. I actually prefer light roast coffee when I do my cold brew. I am generally a fan of more medium to medium dark coffees, but I've found that when I cold brew the darker coffees, it comes out a little too smoky, just too much. So I really prefer the light roast. Easy, 12 ounces of coffee. This is gonna yield you about 60 ounces of cold brew. So this is gonna last you much longer than brewing it every single day, one little carafe at a time. I see a lot of people brewing into little containers like this, but that's really gonna get me maybe 2 days worth of coffee. This, my husband and I both use this, and it takes us a good 10 days to finish it. You can use these paper filters if you would like, but it's not required. You could put it into the brewer itself, or you can use the paper filters. I'm gonna use the paper filters just because the cleanup is a little bit easier, and the water comes through the filter faster when I'm using the paper filter. And I get a little impatient. I want my cold brew now. So there's that. Okay, so I filled my carafe all the way to like here with filtered water. And remember, water is 95% of your cup. So if you use tap water, your coffee's not gonna taste as good. I always use filtered water. And guess what? It's not even full. So got a little more water. Let's see where we get. See, I'm not even measuring. It's that easy. You just fill the container up. Okay, that looks good. I can see that there's a little bit of water right on the top there. It's really, really, really full. Then I'm gonna take a long handled spoon and I'm going to stir it up. Now you don't want to stir this when when you're not using the bag. When you don't use the bag, the coffee settles to the bottom. It'll prevent the water from flowing out the filter. It'll flow out, but it'll take forever. I think that's pretty much my only negative about this brewer, because I love that it brews in large batches. I love the way it tastes. And I have on my website, beanhoppers.com, you can find a category of best for cold brew coffees. And there's a few suggestions on there, and they're all amazing for cold brew. Okay, that's it. I have it all ready to brew. And it's gonna sit at room temperature overnight, about 10 to 12 hours. I think you could probably go as much as 15 hours if you wanted to, but it's really not necessary. I often put it in my container at night at 7. I wake up at 7 and I drain it, and I have cold brew for 10 to 15 days. I mean, how easy is that? You don't have to keep doing it, and you don't have to remember to do it. You can even store it right on top of the carafe if you would like. Tomorrow we'll be back with the drain down. Don't forget to subscribe to my station and like and share this video. It would really mean a lot to me. The next morning, after about 10 to 12 hours, you have the wet bag in there, and then you're just gonna lift this up with the handle. It's a little heavy. I'm gonna move this plug back and forth a little. It's going to gush out the bottom. Pretty cool, huh? After a while though, it will slow down, and you'll just let it sit there for, I usually just let it sit for a couple of hours, because after it slows down, then it goes really slow, getting the rest of the liquid out. And there you have it. A whole large batch of cold brew. You'll store it in the refrigerator for up to 15 days. As you can see, it's super easy to make cold brew using the Coffee Toddy brewing system. And it's super easy to make your favorite drinks, especially when you sign up for the Bean Hoppers Cold Brew Club. Every month, you'll get a bag of cold brew coffee, a brewing bag for free in every box. You will get the recipe to make a specialty drink and all the ingredients, except for dairy, to make that specialty drink. Cheers.